Hey guys, what's up? It's Dusty here, back with another crypto video, and XRP just did a major boom. 8.5% gains in the last 24 hours. This is completely insane. So today we're going to be talking about that, but also before we get into any of that, make sure you press the like button real quick because we're giving away $200 worth of crypto. It's actually pretty simple how to enter. Just press the like button, comment something down below, and then have the notification bell on. That is all that you need to do. You're automatically entered, and then if we hit 299 likes within 24 hours, we are giving that away. So again, I recommend it to everybody to just quickly do, as you can win some money. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and all the links in the description below. You should check them all out. So guys, as I said before, 8.5% on the day for XRP. This is not just a normal day. It's completely insane. I think it has a lot to do with all the positive developments over the last week or so, plus anticipation of swell. All that combined kind of left no way out for XRP instead of the top. Ripple's XRP suddenly leaps, boosting Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash. So we're now even seeing XRP as the catalyst for the run right here. That's pretty positive. That's pretty positive, I would say. Ripple XRP is doing very, very good. Ripple's XRP is the third largest crypto market cap and has suddenly jumped this morning, boosting some of the other coins. XRP is up by some 10% over the last 24 hours, with Bitcoin seeing minor gains after a sell-off over the weekend, according to the latest prices from the US-based Bitcoin and cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase. Of course, Bitcoin was not moving so nicely and there was a lot of crypto uncertainty in general, but in this case, we're also expecting that it's thought Ripple's upcoming Swell conference, scheduled for early November in Singapore, could be behind the rally higher. We actually, in my previous video today, kind of discussed that it could be Swell doing all of this, even though we should not be comparing it to the price movements of last year in anticipation of Swell, because last year we also expected XRapid to launch. XRP soared last year in the run-up to Ripple's Swell conference, with the company announcing a raft of deals with some of the world's biggest banks signing deals to use its technology for cross-border payments. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious, guys. This is no joke. This is going to be huge. One thing I forgot to mention yesterday and actually did not see in any other videos or any other tweets and such was from Leonidas. It says here, Ripple executive joins California's Government Operations Agency Blockchain Working Group. CalGovOps, California Government Operations Agency. So what this is about is the government's operations agency in California is California's government agency responsible for administering state operations, including procurement. I struggled with that word for a long time. Real estate, information technology, and human resources, right? And in this case, the group was announced on the 2nd of August, and one of the members of this group is Liz Chien, Ripple's VP of Global Tax and Chief Tax Counsel. I think that's why people are adding so much value to it, and also why it's so important for Ripple/XRP, because of course one of the members is in this. Pretty amazing, pretty cool. Let's continue. Crypto exchange CoinField launches XRP validator, teases with new ecosystem. CoinField has launched an XRP validator which is already included in Ripple's UNL, which is the unique note list, and according to a press release published on October 2nd, UNLs are the list of transaction validators a given participant believes will not conspire to defraud them. Let's see if we're recording. Yes, we are. Luckily, I thought for a second like, oh, did I press it? But yeah, I did. The exchange's team has already reportedly been working on a new project based on XRP's ledger for half a year. CoinField promises to release the details of it on October 15th. The platform's CEO Bob Ross added, "This ecosystem is the most sophisticated project ever built on top of XRP ledger, and it is the best use case for that. We believe that this will be a big step forward for the whole industry and the mass adoption of XRP blockchain." So they're really kind of bragging with something huge here, right? And I think they cannot let us down here, because otherwise people are going to be really hating on CoinField. And we've seen in the past that if you make your promises too high, it will almost always inevitably shoot you in the back. So if you're going to promise something, make sure you either over-deliver or do not make it such a huge deal. Because in this case, they're saying it's going to be the best use case. Best use case built on top of XRPL. We're going to be seeing, guys, a project shrouded in mystery. Reportedly, Coinfield will also officially present the details of the new ecosystem at the Malta AI and Blockchain Summit on November 8th. Previously, Raz teased the project in a cryptic tweet that he said, "We have a great team of advisors in our upcoming XRPO project, all well-known figures in the cryptocurrency space. I'll be thrilled to announce the names and the details of the project very soon. This will be a game changer." We're going to be seeing, guys, we are going to be seeing. There's not too much to say about it. Here's just a little small recap again about what Ripple has been doing but it's just completely insane, man. Ripple hosts blockchain research event at University of California. Right, so on the 3rd and 4th of October, Ripple hosted a gathering of 200 developers, researchers, and graduate students at the UC Berkeley campus for its first annual University Blockchain Research Initiative Conference. Known as the Ubri Connect 2019, this is Ripple's major academic conference focused on blockchain and digital assets from a multidisciplinary perspective, hosted in partnership with Berkeley. Well, again, this is pretty amazing. We know most of the things about this already, though, but in this case, they're keeping pace with growth, and I think that these initiatives will really show their fruits only after a couple more years, when we start to realize how this all began and when they're starting to take it more over the world and doing it in more and more countries over time. For right now, though, it's just something cool for smaller communities, and in the end, they might also hire a couple of people. They might also reserve a couple of cool students over there, which may in turn be good. But during one session, David Schwartz, Ripple's CTO, discussed the Internet of Value, shedding light on the differences between RippleNet and Spring. Ripple is building a global payments network for financial institutions powered by XRP, whereas Spring is building a global payment network for developers powered by XRP, Schwartz specified. While Spring and RippleNet focus on different sectors, the two are very much related. Senior Vice President and Spring lead Ethan Beard mentioned during his presentation, "We think building the Internet of Value is akin to building the Internet." Pretty cool. Back to green. Bitcoin is above 8.1k again. XRP surges over 10%. Well, XRP definitely saw a couple of really interesting surges here, and right now, one of the biggest ones in a very long time is also occurring. Now, I told you guys that I'm always pretty excited about these price movements, but in this case, I am very much excited. I told you guys I'm not gonna be sad if the price stays down for a little longer, but right now we're above 27.5 cents. That means we crossed really quite a lot of big resistances. We just bolstered through them like it was nothing, right? That's pretty amazing to see, in my opinion. So again, back to green, Bitcoin above 8.1k again. Finally, man, finally. It took a little bit of time, but we're there. We're there. XRP from escrow storage to leak into market for another 18 years. Well, this is a little bit of a shock to some people, but in the end, it is actually nothing new and nothing that crazy or something we should be worried about or anything like that. The rundown here says, Ripple updates his escrow release schedule and XRP manages relief rally. An updated list reveals that XRP locked in escrow from various older agreements of Ripple will be entering the market at a significant rate for the next 18 years. Will alert another 1 billion XRP released from escrow the 1st of October. And XRP manages relief rally. Well, there's not really any new info in here if I am not mistaken. All they're just kind of saying is, alright, these escrow things are going to be there for a very long while. In this case, it's not even true, because in theory, it could last forever. This entering the market. She's saying the amount of coins will now be unlocked in December 2038, a bit ahead of the previous schedule, which saw the last escrow expire in April 2039. Most of the coins in escrow account belongs to Ripple Inc. The reason for the creation of the escrow was to achieve a smoother and more predictable growth of the XRP supply. Yeah. XRP market increases by $500 million after a 5% rally. You know, again, when I'm looking at this, I kind of get confused, like, so they're doing this to cap the XRP supply and kind of bring scarcity, but then afterwards they're selling the XRP for the XRP ecosystem, but kind of for themselves. So it's a little bit strange if I see it like that. And you know, as I always say, you can have doubts with the project, but it's in the end, you know, what your total feeling says about it. And I'm pretty positive about XRP, but I do have my doubts in some ways and forms. And in this case, my only strange part about it is still how it all works with the escrow, right? Because we are doing the, oh no, wait, they are doing this for the XP ecosystem, right? But in the end, it profits them a lot as well. But I'm kind of debating there, because in the end, improvements on XP ecosystem are improvements for us since we own XRP, and also in the end, they're improvements for us as we gain from those developments, as the XP price, or XRP, the coin, might be more wanted. But to some extent, they're also selling us the coins, right? If I'm not mistaken, right there. So you kind of got to look if the developments it's making are worth more than the coins they're selling on, yeah. Because it's still, some people will say it's a money grab for Ripple. I can understand where they're coming from. I don't completely agree with it, but I definitely can understand where they're coming from. And I think that's just something I had to quickly mention again, just to show you guys what my opinions are and everything. Because as you guys know, not being sponsored, not taking money from anybody to make these videos, it's completely my own opinion, so I will always give you guys exactly that. XRP market cap increases by $500 million after a 5% rally. Again, it's just pretty obvious, the price went up like crazy. Crazy. So of course, there's going to be a nice little rally in there as well. I mean, here we saw it. Right here you can see how big this line is. Also on XRP to BTC, it looks pretty nice. This is just XRP to USD on a daily, and that also led to market cap increasing by a frick ton, in this case $500 million. Just put it into perspective, guys. You know how much you can buy from $500 million? You don't, but you can buy 500 million $1 bills, right? If you're in the UK, you might be able to buy yourself 400,000 pounds, you know, those small little poundy pounds coins. It's pretty amazing if you see it like that, you know, just to stack them all on top. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of coins. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Ripple's XRP token has enjoyed a fruitful start of the week with a rally back above the 25-cent level of support. What is often seen though, and still is quite the case, is that the weekends the prices go down a little bit, and then Monday, when these traders come back into office, even though a lot of them trade 7 days a week, some don't, they come back into office on Monday and they just pump it up. You know, they pump it up because on Sunday the prices go down. Very, very often is exactly how it happens. Also, one thing you should take into consideration as to why this sometimes really occurs, and I'm not even joking about that, is because on a lot of how do you say this? A lot of big announcements are made on Monday. And a lot of huge traders are not actually allowed to have positions open when huge news happens. This is more so Forex, but it could also be for XRP or for any digital assets, really. It could be that it has something to do with that, right? I don't know, but this is just a theory. Just putting it out there for the sake of putting it out there. It could be that on Sunday, right, a lot of these traders are like, man, you know, a lot of new news is coming tomorrow. Let's get out of our positions. Or maybe it could be like, all right, you know, this is going to be happening on Monday, so let's get out of our position. So they're selling it. It could also be like, it's the end of the week. Next week, let's start off fresh with another coin or something like that. It could be a lot of different reasons as to why people really dislike the weekends and really, really like the Monday. But it's just something I've noticed over the last couple of years, that it's really very often so that on Monday it's a very, very nice day. Ripple's XRP highlights probable active corridor in the Philippines after Mexico. Yesterday we really heavily discussed all of this, and I don't know, but I kind of feel like we had something to do with this as well, where we were really discussing how much of an effect XRP has already been having. People are now taking on to the realms again to explain a little bit more about how huge XRP already is and how much of an influence it is trying to make on all of us, really. It's quite interesting. XRP has been widely used by major financial institutions for cross-border transfers using Ripple's technologies, like the XRP. Ripple's recent partnership with MoneyGram was followed by an active corridor of Mexicans, XRP to Mexican pesos, as its volume spiked by 25% on Bitso exchange. Following various other partnerships in the institutional ecosystem over the past week, a new high in on-demand liquidity of XRP between Bitstamp to Coins.ph, an XRP-powered e-wallet and financial services firm in Southeast Asia, and Bitstamp and Bitso was observed. An active XRP user named HMATAJX said, "The week is not over yet, but we're already at a new high in ODL traffic between Bitstamp to Bitso and Bitstamp to Coins.ph. The transactions on Coins.ph and Bitso since 2017 with destination tag 25370527 appeared as under the laser focus mode provided by the user. Inter-exchange XRP payment transactions. Well, in this case, it's from Bitstamp to Bitso. In this is from Bitstamp to coins.ph. A little bit of struggling, but it's in terms of dollars, so you can just figure it out for yourself. It's not too important though. This is from Bitstamp to coins.ph as well. And these transactions were noted to be on the rise and reached $6.5 million between Bitstamp and Bitso as of October 6th, indicating a probable active corridor in Mexico. However, the Philippines wasn't left behind, as it too noted a significant rise in volume, which can be seen down below here once more. And the surge contributed largely to remittances to Mexico and the Philippines in the previous month, highlighted by prominent XRP influencer Crypto Airy, noting that XRP remittances were up by 80%, or transfers worth $19 million over the past month. According to data provided by the World Bank, the Philippines is the second highest remittance receiver after Mexico and accounts for $34 billion. Ripple has successfully bagged over 20 institutions whose use of its cross-border tech has been visible in its Q2 report. A report that recorded a 30% increase in the number of live XRP partners. And now, we actually just talked about all of this XRP stuff, right? Give me a second here to talk about some other things. Apple, first of all. Apple cryptocurrency versus Facebook Libra. CEO Tim Cook says no to crypto. That's one thing I just quickly had to mention, guys. They're not so much for cryptocurrency. Apple showed a little bit of a positive stance towards crypto, right? One of their spokespersons said we're looking at it. But in this case here, we can see they're not too much a fan of it all. It's pretty obvious how this is looking, but in the end, guys, it is not that interesting, I should say, because even if Apple does not adopt it in the end, like cryptocurrency, I don't know if it's really going to hurt us. I don't think so. I think it will be better if they don't, because otherwise it's going to be another monopoly that they're going to make right there, and it's going to hurt us all. So I think this is better. Also, guys, Bitcoin just entered into peak outperformance period, says analyst. Now, he didn't say it like that, but I just like to read it that way. In this case, what was said is that Bitcoin just went ham, right? And we can see it down here at the Bitcoin prices as well. I mean, XRP used to have some crazy gains in terms of BTC now for the last couple of days, but last 24 hours here, we're up 6% versus BTC. But significantly, that is actually not even that crazy anymore. Bitcoin just entered into a peak outperformance period, says analyst. Bitcoin is doing really good. And I'm assuming here that they mean that Bitcoin is going to be looking really quite well. And also that the fourth quarter here could be pretty positive. Bitcoin recorded fourth consecutive lower close for the first time in nearly 2 years. Though in the green, mid to low 7Ks eventually expected, says trader, right? In this case, they're expecting prices to go down, not too happy about it all, but I'm personally really quite expecting some good things to happen. Cardano's Shelley, a step towards decentralizing entire network, Charles Hoskinson. Recently, Cardano transitioned into the Shelley era with the launch of its network testnet. CEO of IOHK Charles Hoskinson elaborated on the same during his latest AMA. Well, I've watched this AMA, at least a good chunk of it. I came in a little bit late and I did not have time to look back at it, but I was watching it and it all looked really quite juicy, right? Cardano, every time that I hear somebody talking about it, I just see more developments, I just see better conditions, and I'm always pretty happy with the way that they're working and the way they're progressing. I really do enjoy to look at the coin, look at the project, look at the people involved, and that's why I really wanted to do a video on Cardano. But I think I'm going to either do it later tonight, just giving you guys some more updates on the coin, or really tomorrow, you know, a very good, big, elaborate video explaining everything that's been happening over the last couple of months. I don't completely know yet. But what I do know for a fact is that some of these coins like VeChain, Cardano, even Tron, even Stellar, all these coins are so interesting, and they definitely deserve a little bit of a broader spot in some of my videos. So if you would like to see more about one of these coins, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video, guys. We just covered quite a lot of important stuff, really. Did we not? We covered why XP is doing so good. We also covered a little bit of theory, a little bit of the developments, a lot of news, a little bit about Apple and cryptocurrency. My conclusion here was that I don't think it's bad that Apple's not really trying to get into cryptocurrency. I mean, we have a lot of time left, and in the end, if Apple were to get involved, it would probably make things a lot more expensive or a lot more elaborate for us, since they would like a monopoly in there. Bitcoin just entered into peak outperformance period. Again, Bitcoin is really being put under the shelf, even though I expect Q4 to look pretty juicy for BTC, as again, that's kind of something that happens all the time. They're not expecting it too much, right? They're not expecting BTC to stay up this well. and Cardano is just putting in a lot of amazing work. Cardano is looking really quite juicy. Here it says, Hoskinson informed the community that the testnet was receiving remarkable participation, as the network currently runs about 100 stake pools and the stake pools channel consists of about 2,400 people. However, tons of issues regarding the same have been recorded. He added, Cardano is looking good. So guys, this is all just a work in progress, of course, but Cardano, a lot of commits, a lot of commitment as well. Haha. But yeah, it's looking juicy. Make sure you press the like button, guys. Make sure you check out all links in the description below. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. This was not financial advice. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day.